There, Blair. There, Blair.
I think we're live.
Everything's gonna be all right.
Welcome to eCourse Adventure Live. It's working.
It works.
Yeah, and as we can see, we got sunshine coming down onto the studio behind us.
Oh, the angels are singing their songs of love.
Man, that was a bit of a roller coaster ride, but we are here. Technology.
Somebody give this guy a foot rub.
Oh, I wish.
Or a brain massage.
We've got Christy Greenwood on the show today.
Yeah, this is going to be a really exciting interview. We're also going to be giving a sneak peek at our sales page templates, which you're going to get soon.
Yeah.
And more.
And more. Right after
this. That was a little creepy. Deep breath. The moral of the story, everybody, is that sometimes when you're in online education, you have to use technology, and sometimes the technology does not work how you would like it to.
And when it's live to air, it's extra stressful sometimes.
Fortunately, as the Buddha once said, I believe, all paths lead to enlightenment, including tech issues. So you got that going for you.
Oh, man. Yeah, so the story is I got a brand new MacBook Pro. Well,
Hooray!
not brand new, but
Welcome
it's
to the
new to
team.
me. And today was supposed to be the first day that we went live using it to run the show. But there was just so many problems, so many glitches. The video wasn't aligning with the audio. We were just getting a whole bunch of stuff. I wasn't able to showcase the video, or the camera wasn't able to go into our Zoom call. So Christy couldn't see the two of us. It was just so many things.
A lot of stress.
Luckily enough,
A lot of stress.
I still have my old computer.
Yeah.
And so I brought it. Wisdom
Wisdom.
is playing out
Good
there.
thing you didn't sell it yet.
I know, right? And yeah, threw it up. 3 minutes to go into the show, made the call, and so we are a little bit late, but it's all good. Happy new moon, everybody.
Hey.
New moon in Scorpio.
Love new moons.
New moon's great day to set new intentions for the month to come.
That's a good plan.
Yeah, we can chat to Christy about that. I'm sure she understands new moons.
She's definitely all up to speed on the moons.
Yeah.
And its cycles. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am actually doing a man venture tonight. We're climbing a mountain in the dark, and we're going to have a fire at the top of the mountain.
Amazing.
Under the stars.
Amazing.
For our new moon. You might be there.
I'm not going to be there.
You got the email. Oh, yeah, you're in.
I got the email, but I'm sitting with a teacher of mine tonight.
You're singing.
I'm
making
singing,
sounds.
Making sounds.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you with that.
Thanks, Bradley.
So there's a lot going on. You know, I started keeping on our eCourse Adventures community page. I'm now keeping an active adventure log where I'm going to be updating it every few days, just with all of the things that we're doing here at eCourse Adventures. And there's a lot of things going on. I mean, you and Kim are working on Survive the Storm right now. Chris is working on the Survive the Storm workbook right now, so him and I are working on that. We're just about to get our branding package today. I've been working with the team at Conversion Experts and Purpose 5, who we had on episode 6, on all of our new sales pages for all of our courses. And those sales pages are becoming templates. You remember that Uxie 5000 way up at Fennel Cave? Some of you may have gotten there. Some of you may be further down the mountain and not know about the Uxie. But this has been a dream come true. So, Blair, do you have that? Yeah, you're opening. I'll stall for a second. I'm good at stalling. So, building courses is hard enough. Like building awesome courses. I mean, we want the main thing that you focus on is to be your curriculum, to create awesome media, and to cultivate your community. And you know, it's hard enough making sales pages and all this sort of stuff. So here is the sales page for Green Screen Magic, our new sales page, which
Nice.
Purpose 5 built. So as you can see, eCourse Adventures presents, then we'll have the banner, scroll down. Straight away, this course is for you. 3 bullet points with a trailer on what this is all about and if this is for you or not. You scroll down a little more. This is what we're calling the brand promise. Like, this is the power statement of what this course is and what it's going to do for you. You scroll down a little bit more here. This is the problem. So
Game Boy,
we're
man.
addressing
I haven't seen one of those for a long time.
right? It's a good picture, right? Makes you want to stop and read. So in this section, we are addressing the problem, which is 97% dropout rate. People are bored and distracted. So then we move down, and here are the skills that you'll learn by going through Green Screen Magic. And keep on scrolling.
Look at all those skills.
Yeah, look at those skills. And then this is the course journey. So we talk a little bit about each of the different acts or modules within the course and what they're all about and what you'll learn, and then the tools required. Now, this tools required section could also be a what's included section for your sales page out there in listener land right now. So if you scroll down, I really dig how this looked. We've got a picture in the middle, some icons, and a little bit of text all around. We've got our bios here and why we made this course, some testimonials, and then just right before you purchase, just like this is what you're going to learn as you go through this course.
Nice.
So what we see here, this is a template. We're basically making an Uxie 5000 template where it'll be an instruction manual for all of you to set up your own sales pages, where you just like take out our images, put in yours, take out our banner, put in your course banner,
Nice.
Take out all of our text, put in yours, all of like the background images that exist on this page. You'll be able to replace those with your own images and create your own sort of experience here. So our 5 sales pages are all being done this week.
Cool.
So we'll have a new sales page for the Great eCourse Adventure, Green Screen Magic, Art of eCourse Creation, Christy's course, Dance Yourself Free, and Jan and Natalia's course, the Powerful Video Formula. And we've also got, I'll be working on the Survive the Storms one. So I'm really excited about getting the template this week so I can, as a student, use the template for Chris's course.
Right.
To build the sales page.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's a big win. This is a huge win. This has caused multiple gray hairs right up in this area here of trying to figure out how we can get you all templates, because I would want templates. So everything we're creating is kind of like, well, we would want this, so let's create it for all of you. And this is going to make life a lot easier when it comes time to building your funnels. And in the near distant future, we'll also have like free opt-ins, like if you're doing a free webinar or if you're doing a free mini course or whatever, and lesson pages and thank you pages, all that sort of stuff. So that's coming down the pipeline.
Exciting. Ooh, that was a long time coming.
Yeah. Yeah, really long time coming.
I guess, would we be the future selves from the videos?
Yeah.
Essentially?
Yeah, totally.
You know?
It's about damn time.
Yeah.
And I've had a couple meetings with Mighty Networks and have started yesterday. I started scripting the course that we're building on how to set up your Mighty Network courses, automations, groups, all the things within Mighty Networks. We're doing a course, and that'll be ready soon.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Not like tomorrow, but soon.
Soon. I've heard that word before, like a year or two.
No,
not
that type of soon. Like either before we go on holidays mid-December or before the end of January, depending on.
That's pretty soon.
Yeah, that's pretty soon.
That's a good soon.
Yeah, that's a nice.
That's
soon.
a pretty normal soon.
Yeah. Speaking of soon, November 25th at midnight is soon. So we have a big contest going on right now in the Great eCourse Adventure for all of our members. We have the eCourse games. It's that time of the show again. We gotta get all of you up to speed on the eCourse games, where we pay you e-learning athletes cash to make your course and change the world. How good is that?
I know, right?
I like your wings. It's windy up here. So this is our idea to inspire and motivate all of you to dig deep and do your best damn work in the e-learning world, so that you're creating courses that we're proud to share with the world, and that you're proud to share with the world, and that all of your students are really excited to go.
So what's happening up on the mountain there, Bradley?
Well, with the November 25th deadline for all the courses to be submitted, people seem to be GSDing, if you know what I'm saying. They're getting stuff done. David Jurassic just joined the race this week, and he is creating a free offering for men around going from conflict to connection in your relationships. So he's creating a map to help transform stupid fights and ongoing tension into deeper intimacy, passion, and respect.
Nice.
And that is going to funnel people into his paid course, which is around mastering conflict. Now, David is big into martial arts, so he's going to go with the dojo theme. And throughout all of the courses he'll be offering, he's pretty sure he's going to do different types of belts that you earn through the different relationship courses he's building.
Nice.
So I'm stoked to see David throwing his hat in. And for all of you out there, if you're watching right now, it's not too late. It could get down to the very last week, and you could dive in and just create up a storm.
How many contestants do we have climbing the mountain right now?
We have over 15 right now.
Nice.
Everybody's keeping their progress logs in the Great eCourse Adventure.
Awesome.
Remember, you got to do that once a week, otherwise you are disqualified. So, you don't want that. You don't want to create something awesome and then get disqualified because you forgot to do your adventure log.
Yeah, totally.
We have Paulo. So Paulo's been kayaking for over 15 years and making kayaking courses for a bunch of years as well. And so he's doing a Sea Kayaking Secrets mini video course. So his idea is to create a series of videos around some of the greatest lessons he's learned out on the water to help turn people into more confident kayakers. And
Nice.
Paulo's courses are awesome. I mean, they're so beautiful. The scenery that he films while he's out on the water. He uses a GoPro camera, so that sits at the top front of his kayak, so it makes it look like you're actually on the kayak with him. And then he also turns another camera back, so he's out there paddling with the camera facing him. It's just beautiful.
Awesome.
And he has a voice from heaven, so that just adds to the mix. And Paulo does our show notes for this, so Paulo, that one's for you. It's the truth, and you know it. Mars is an amazing woman who's been on the mountain for quite some time, and she is making a course, like a simple mentoring program for the doulas and birth workers that she's come into contact with through her birth work. And Mars is like a mama of hundreds and hundreds of babies. And so it's really exciting to see Mars working on that. She's also doing, for one of her paid courses, it's a mysterious forest, and it's for moms who are giving birth to twins to help them navigate that pregnancy period.
Oh, neato.
Because it's a little bit different journey than having one baby, apparently.
Yep. I wouldn't know.
And there's a bunch of updates, but I'll just do one more. Laura from Operation Health Caring. So she is in the healthcare world, and she's creating a course that essentially helps. Remember the game Operation?
Yeah.
Yeah, you use like chopsticks and
buzz if you get too close to the edge.
So that's kind of the idea is with her course is it's an operation theme, and she's focusing on different organs. So she's giving away.
So she's going to be teaching people how to operate?
Not quite.
Not
she's
quite
going to teach people. She's going to teach healthcare practitioners how to be more in their heart, how to be more compassionate with their patients, and more present with them.
It comes with like an electric shock belt or something.
That if you go out of alignment, it zaps you.
If you,
it's an app. You just hold it in your
phone.
Pocket. Ow. Ow, okay, I'm in my heart. I'm in my heart.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, she's each organ is kind of a metaphor. So I think the first organ that she focuses on in the course is around the lungs. And so in that one, she's teaching them about breath and connection to their breath, and presence in the field, and how to take that time for yourself so that you can be more
I can't
present.
Wait to see that. That's gonna be great.
So she's giving away the first module for free, I believe. And last week she said she came up against a little bit of resistance and didn't get as much done as she wanted.
You can do it,
Laura.
Keep
we
going.
believe in you. You're creating something special. Do not give up. Just
stay focused.
Choose one step and take that next step forward, and then choose the next step and take that one forward. I mean, that's how we built a mountain. You know, we didn't know what we were doing the whole way. We just like, we need to put this boulder over here. And then we're like, okay, put another one over there. And then we had a mountain.
Nice. So 15 contestants climbing the mountain
to
launch. And how much money do we have on the line for this one again?
750 smackaroos in USD for first place. Plus, you get coaching with us.
Yeah.
And second place is 250 USD plus coaching. And third place gets coaching.
That's awesome.
Now, I have
just for doing something you should be doing anyways.
I have a crazy idea.
What's that?
I haven't talked to you about this.
Uh-oh. Should we be doing this on live YouTube TV?
Why not?
Okay, here we go. What's up, Bradley?
What do you think about first place getting an all-access pass to every course on the platform that launches in the next 12 months for free? That they can just sign up for whatever course.
Sure, why not?
I mean, I think that's just like an added like, whoa. You know, like to give them all of the resources that we put up there in the next year, and they can just have it all. I mean, I think a champion deserves that.
Okay.
And if we put that type of skin on the table, you know, for all of the eCourse games, then there's only going to be 3 or 4 people that have all access passes. So let's do that.
How can I say no to that?
We just got to
especially in front of everybody.
Exactly. You'd look so.
I would look so mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
I like your.
This is how I'm actually going to do business meetings now.
From
Like
now
really
on,
important
live.
decision makers. So Blair, I have this idea.
Right. Yeah. I like the strategy, Brad.
Yeah. So that's gonna happen.
There we go. Well, you just heard it, everybody. If you
That's-
win, you're gonna get everything on our platform for the next year.
Whoa, 12 months. You can
Yeah.
do a lot.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of learning, a lot of growth.
A great way just to see what everybody else is doing
Yeah.
and how they're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm stoked.
Nice.
So that's it from the eCourse games.
Yeah, and so that's a nice segue because if you win this, you will also get access to Christy Greenwood's Dance Yourself Free. Is that
Yeah.
what we're calling? Yep.
Yeah. So speaking of the top of the mountain, now our guest today, Christy Greenwood, she began at base camp, and
How many years ago? Like,
this was a couple years ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
2-3 years ago.
A couple years ago she launched, and she endured a 22-month journey. She's a mama. She's got a busy business, and she created something absolutely beautiful.
So let's
you know.
head back into the studio and bring her on the line.
Christy, come in, Christy.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey!
Are you there?
I'm here.
You ready to dance?
Nice.
Always.
So good to see you. Welcome to the show. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you for having me. I'm grateful to be here.
Now, this is your second appearance, but now we've got a more professional setup to showcase who you are and what you've been up to. Now, why don't we just go back in time, get in a little time machine right now, and go to your original why? You know, you created Dance Yourself Free. It's an 8-week transformational dance journey through the chakras. So the theme is the chakras. Each week you go through a different one, and the journey reflects the energy of that energy center. The music reflects it. The videos reflect it. Like, it's really magical the way that you wove it together, and we'll dig into that a bit more. So let's just go back to your original why. What inspired you to go on that journey to launch Summit, to climb the mountain and build that course?
Good question.
One of the first things was meeting you, Bradley, at the Belly Fit Summit. And that was an initial doorway that opened the door to what is even possible with e-courses. And I knew that I had something I wanted to offer to more people than I could access locally. And the guidance just started to come. And I kept getting body awarenesses inviting me in certain directions. And the first step became clear. And then the second step became clear, just like you talked about building the boulders. The guidance became clear for each step. And then I had to keep following it.
Yeah.
And the great eCourse adventure was this beautiful external invitation around how to navigate all of that.
Yeah.
And how to bring it into the world, and how to unearth what it was that I had to offer and translate it into something that could be shared with the world.
Now, do you remember how you got clear on what ended up being the final product? Do you remember how you got clear on, like, oh, I'm doing an 8-week journey and it's through the chakras and this is how it's going to be? Like, do you remember that moment, or was it journaling, or was it an experience?
It would have been through dancing.
Yeah.
Through my experience doing the Kundalini dance facilitator training and also facilitating 8-week journeys. it just became really clear. I can just do this and share it with so many people who would be nourished by that medicine.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love how you did it too, which we'll get into. But I just want to say to everybody else out there, I think the key of what you said there is it was something you're already doing. It impacted your life. It helped you to go through your own internal transformation, and then there was medicine for you to share for other people.
That's exactly it.
And that's how I got into the meditation stuff. That's even how we got into doing the eCourse Adventure stuff. It was just, we discovered this path around building courses, and that was medicine that we felt we could share with a lot of teachers. And so it became what it is, the same thing as you, just taking that next step forward and following that guidance. And let's just dig into the guidance aspect. When you talk about following your inner guidance to take that next step and do the next thing on your list, how does that show up for you as far as like, what does listening to your inner guidance look like? And how did that unfold for your building your course?
That's a great question, because guidance comes differently into each person, and on a side note, this course is exactly designed for people's inner guide, which is really cool, because it's the inner guide that invites them to dance. So how do I listen to my inner guide? Well, I remember one night specifically, I was guided and so full of fire and creativity. I stayed up till 8 a.m. I never do that. I was working on my videos, and I had gathered all my videos and audios. It had been almost a year or so of gathering. And finally, all of it was there. And it was a collage that I was able to put together. And I just heard it through sentences, through words. Put this here, put that on top of here, put this there. And I just kept listening and following. It was like a symphony. I felt a little bit mad and crazy, but I just kept going. And then things would get pieced together, and it would just, the intersection of those pieces coming together was so exciting. It got me so fired up. And then the next direction would come telling me, put this here, put this video here, put this music here, say this.
It's just so cool to hear that. And I think Blair can relate when you're editing videos as well. You just kind of get into that zone, and
totally
the masterpiece creates itself.
Yeah, they build themselves when, we're just the vessel.
That's totally it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like,
and that's totally what it was for this course.
Amazing.
It's like, where do these ideas come from? Like the idea for you to do this, and the way that you pieced all the media together is just so unique and artistic. It's just, where does this come from?
Did you have much of a team to help you, or is this all by yourself?
I pretty much did it by myself. I had photographer Devin Gillett helped me with some videoing and photography. There's definitely people that helped. I had someone help me with my sound recording. Andy helped me with making the website, and some people showed up for the filming. But generally, it was just me climbing up the technology curve. But I always say it wasn't a technology curve. It was a technology vertical. That I kept falling down and then having to find other routes back up, and then falling down.
Technology wall.
Totally no curve.
Yeah, I feel you, sister.
That's where the dancing comes in. Okay, I need to shake this off. I can't. It's just, I love how you said all paths lead to enlightenment. That's really, I'm gonna remember that for technology.
Yeah, when you're cursing the computer, I'm becoming enlightened right now.
Yeah, totally. Through this anger is enlightenment. I just forwarded you an email from Christy, which I realized I never pressed send on before, and it's a 60-second clip from her course, which maybe we can play. You tell me, you're the boss.
Let's see here.
Sure. I think that's the Instagram video that I put out. It's a minute video, just featuring a little bit of what I'm offering, and the vibe, the general vibe.
Now, the audio was a huge piece, because you had to piece together all of this music and then put your voice over it. So maybe while Blair is seeing if he's able to get the audio, talk about your journey with the music and the obstacles you had to come over to get it the way you did, because the music is amazing. I mean, the playlists are incredible.
Mm. Thank you. Yeah, that was massive, and so many hours going into that. I scoured the internet for royalty-free music. I reached out to certain artists and bought music from different artists as well. And I had Alex, Rara Avis, he helped me mix a little bit of it. And then I learned how to mix a little bit on Logic as well. So I had to learn Logic or learn a little bit of Logic anyway. And yeah, piecing the music together, that was huge. That was unbelievably time consuming, but also really inspiring, because I love it. You know, that's where the passion comes in. That's part of the why. It's the music, right? And it's what the music ignited in me, that I wanted to share with others. So that it's that passion that kept me going and enduring, supported my endurance.
I know a lot of people, like, around the music, that's a good topic to chat about. So, you know, there's this whole idea of royalties and legalities when it comes to using music for your course. What did you do to license, so to speak, all this music?
So I scoured the internet, like I said, for royalty-free music. And so that was fine. And then the artists who donated music, or I purchased music from, I got contracts with them and permission from them to share the music. And it can't be downloadable, so people have to listen to it on Wi-Fi, and that's part of the contracts. And supported the legalities of it. But yeah, that was a big piece, you know?
So you mean they have to listen to it on Wi-Fi? What do you mean by that?
Like on SoundCloud.
Part of the contract is that people can't just download it and then have it themselves. The music was legally allowed to be shared only through my course via Wi-Fi.
Okay, and so like and that's with, you've already mixed your vocals in and such like that. It's already okay, right? Cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. I really wanted everyone who I was engaging with around music to feel really respected and honored. And that was a big piece of it, you know?
Well, it's so important, especially this day and age where music, like stealing a lifetime of their work and their devotion, and to just like how easy it is to just go steal a musician's music, and to like really truly honor that is amazing. And I mean, it seems obvious, like, obviously I love this music, I want to honor it and honor the person that made it. But and there are some really generous people like Kaya Project, Seb from Kaya Project, and Yema. They just said I could use their music. Amazing.
Beautiful.
You know, and I bought some music from Dea Dova and Jamie Sieber, and they're both really generous, you know, with the offering that we agreed to. And so it's really wonderful to work with them.
Now, am I right? Was it 22 months it took you in total?
I think so. Yeah, just over a year and a half. So that makes sense.
Yeah. So let's just talk about that, because I mean, I see it all the time. People get discouraged. You know, they're in the Great eCourse adventure for 3 months and they're like, oh, I'm not as far as I should be. There's always this like should thing that I should be higher. But if you look at your journey, like track where you were when you signed up, when you joined, and all of the skills you had to develop. You know, like when you signed up, you didn't know how to do the video editing and producing. You didn't know how to do all the audio stuff. You didn't understand the sales pages and sales systems and automations. Like all that stuff was just new. So for you, like, what was that journey like? Was there moments when you're like, I quit, or I'm ready to quit, or was it just like, I know I'm going to finish this and I'm going to just take the next step? How did that look for you?
Well, it was definitely a feeling of, I know I'm going to do this. And I had to quit for a day, or I had to quit for a week at times, and just put it to the side and allow for more revelations and insights to come. There was this intuitive process that related to it around timing. Around when I needed to let it sit, kind of marinate in itself. And I needed to let myself marinate in the process and what was being channeled through me. for the right timing for, the next steps. And, being a parent and that, there's many times where, I just have to put it to the side because I need to be anchoring as a mother in my home and taking care of my clients and my son and, being a present woman to my husband. And definitely there was a lot of computer hours that, there's a lot of computer hours.
Yeah.
So trying to find these little times where I would sneak away. Yeah.
And did you have a time of day that was typically your work time? Did you block off sections in your calendar and treated it like a client? Like, how did you find the time?
I should have done that more. But I did have days that I would just block or my husband would take my son surfing and I would just go for it for a weekend.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And when I didn't have clients, I'd just go here and there. And I felt like I was constantly kind of stealing time. I don't know if stealing's the right way, but the way to say it. But
yeah.
It also reminds me of this goddess Saraswati, and she's all about being creative and not being interrupted. So there definitely were those times when I just wanted to keep going, but I was needed in the rest of my life, and it was hard to pull myself away.
It's hard to get out of that when you're in it.
Yeah, when you're in the zone, right? And Saraswati is all about being in the creative zone.
Yeah. Once you get that creative momentum, you're on a roll, and sometimes it takes forever to get back to that speed.
I think you really touched on it with the blocking off like entire days and how important that is to get into a flow state. And Celeste, she's working on her Wild Grief platform and courses and membership and that right now. And so she's just requested, she's like, I need a retreat. I need several full days where I take Soren and she can just have the house and get into her creative flow for 8 hours straight, because there's a lot of ruminating that takes place before you dive in. It's kind of like a lion circling its prey. There's thought. You have to make tea. You have to think about it. You have to kind of dive in and then take a step back and then go back in. And it's just and then all of a sudden you're in that flow and a lot gets done in a short period of time. But there's that circling around it for a while that takes place. And if you only have a window of 60 minutes or 2 hours or whatever, it's a lot harder unless you have a really clear checklist of things that you have to get done in that next work session. Yeah. So all you out there, book that day off, find a way for your kids or your partners to support you to have the time you need to really get some stuff done.
Yeah, I love that. I love how you talked about a lion circling, because there's all these ideas brewing and life is pulling you out in all these other directions and you just want to dive right in. And definitely those full days, those were what really got me forward too.
Yeah, it's really important to have that time.
Totally.
I mean, we get to do this as our gig, so we have every day there's a little bit more getting done. We're taking more steps, but I know a lot of the people in our community, similar to you, is you're doing other work. You've got another business. This is your side gig, which is going to add some extra passive income to your life and hopefully eventually replace what you're making from the work that you're doing in the world. And so for a lot of people, having 4 days a week or whatever to just devote to their thing is not the reality.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah. Are you working on a new course now or anything to follow this one up with?
Well, I'm still sitting with this, and I feel like this course hasn't reached all the people that it's meant to reach. So I'm kind of really holding the space for that right now before I start something new. I'm really just holding that energy right now.
Yeah. I know we just had a sale from our platform, someone in Hong Kong.
Just signed up. That's exciting.
Yeah, so
totally.
You've officially broken open into the Asian market. Which is,
well, there's so many people who dance and people who speak English who would want to do this course. I really want to focus my energy right now on fulfilling the rest of this e-course before I start something new. It hasn't been fully fulfilled yet, and working with you both and having my e-course up on your platform is really a part of that.
Yeah. Well, we're excited. We just signed with our marketing team. We're doing a 30-day Facebook Ads Blitz right now with them to get a whole bunch of data and to create some systems that we'll be able to apply to every single course we have on our platform, so that every time we launch a new course, we can essentially go through the same testing stages and the exact same process, so that every course we're just applying the same rhythm to. And your course is going to be one of those. So I would say the first quarter of next year, we're going to get to do some experiments and start driving a bunch of traffic your way to get more people dancing with you.
That's awesome. It's really exciting.
Really exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blair, do you have that video?
Yeah, let's see if we can get that video up.
Do a little screening here, everybody.
All right, see if this works. You're never 100% sure. It's one of those days today. Looks like it's working. See, here we go. What?
I believe expressive dance is a gateway into wild truth. Root into the earth, blossom towards the sun, and dance your heart out. Marinate on the dynamic edge of fluid time. Dance to integrate your multi-layered magic. Bathe in the healing power of music. My name is Christy Greenwood, and I invite you on a transformational dance journey to nourish and activate your wild genius.
Nice.
I have goosebumps right now.
That's so beautiful.
Seriously. Oh man, it's just like the way that you piece that together. That was a beautiful trailer.
Yeah, and that music from
thank
Yema
you.
is so beautiful too. Yeah,
Yes.
what a nice piece.
Wow. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, I had goosebumps. Now, I grew up as somebody who was embarrassed to dance. You know, I had a family that said Morrises don't dance. We just do this 2-step shuffle thing. And then I was always really self-conscious about that type of movement.
Are you a good 2-step shuffler?
I'm pretty good at 2 steps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what the Morrises do.
But I've been the last year, since like early this year or late last year, I've been going to dance temples on Salt Spring. And I try to go every 2 weeks, if not, 3 times a month or whatever. It's so transformational.
Yes.
Like it's just so amazing. A lot of what people are seeing as far as development of eCourse adventures this year, the direction that we're going, different ideas that we're having, like so many of those things have come during dance journeys at Dance Temple.
Yes.
Like there's days where I am so stressed, whether it's just about the amount of money that we're putting forth to build a new platform and all that, or trying to figure out different things in my own mind. Like the amount of clarity and peace that comes from just going out and dancing for the night is amazing. And to have created a journey, because I know Dance Temple is a very special thing that only exists in a limited number of locations. And some people, like I was, probably feel self-conscious to go out into public and to activate themselves in that way. And to give them an experience like this where they can just put on their headphones and dance with you and go on these amazing dance journeys and connect to their own inner guidance. I mean, it's just such a beautiful gift.
Truly. And it's those people who are afraid to come out to dance was part of the reason why I created this course, so then people could experience it at home. They can experience what free movement actually feels like. We're so controlled. The head is always telling the body what to do all the time. To have this opportunity for them to also engage in that felt really important.
And to be dancing without any sort of substances.
Yeah.
Is
Totally.
because I find in our today's culture and society that it's one and the same. If you're going dancing, you're either drinking or doing some sort of drug or something of choice, and it's synonymous almost with the way that it is for the majority. And for us here on Salt Spring to have Dance Temple, the form of ecstatic dance that we have here, and to be dancing and finding that space of the self without any extra assistance, you know, to either numb or to kind of, it's just to be so real.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
It's amazing. It's
And
very special.
It truly
Yeah.
is. Yeah, we've created dance temple and events in the Cowichan Valley here, and to see so many people coming out, nobody's drinking, everyone's just there to dance, you know, and getting high on the music, getting high on the dance, and that experience of being in community together.
Yeah.
It's just so healthy and so awesome.
Yeah, and they'd be dancing with like 9-year-olds and 90-year-olds and everybody
Yeah.
in between, all shapes and sizes and ethnicities, and just it's incredible just to get your dance on.
Totally.
And to feel.
It's where we come from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a hell of a
That's
good
what we
workout.
used to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. And you know, when you're regulating your nervous system, you're amping up the endorphins running through your body. I mean, the list goes on and on, the reason to dance.
And it's
you know?
so beautiful. What I love most is, you know, as I'm dancing and expressing whatever is coming through, I'm looking around and every person is dancing so differently. Everybody's moving their bodies so differently, and we're all dancing to the same song, but the way we're all moving to it is just like, it's all unique. It's really cool.
Yeah. It's like,
It is really cool.
Yeah.
And one thing I like to speak to in the eCourse is around the mental processes that sometimes arise. You know, when people are having resistance for the dance, or even if we're a dance temple or a dance facilitation, I like, you know, to speak to the fact that there may be resistance, that sometimes you might not like the song, or maybe even my guidance will feel annoying. Like, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, let's just be real here. Like, you may not like everything that I'm offering. Just you know, just continue to be with your process. You know, breathing into the resistance instead of resisting the resistance.
Yeah. And coming back to the theme of the show, all paths lead to enlightenment.
There you go.
So, if you're not enjoying it, you know, and they've got some sort of hard, you know, tech song going on, just drum and bass or something. You know, that's the thing. Some of the DJs that play, often they'll have their own styles, and sometimes the music isn't what I'm into, but I'm with that space, and I get to learn about myself in that space. So yeah, it's a beautiful learning experience.
How does resistance dance? You know, and how can we allow the body to take that shape instead of resistance just being this thought process? That's what I love about the dance. The whole body can take the shape of what's going on in the internal experience and reflect that inner landscape. It's just so liberating, truly.
Mine kind of dance like this. No, I don't like this song. No.
That's where Soren gets the whininess from. I was just listening to that earlier. His son was in the whine zone. It sounded just like that.
No, I don't want to. This song's stupid. Well, why don't you, because I think the curriculum and the journey is so important. You know, everybody out here watching and listening, you're all creating your own unique transformational journey where there's a start point and there's an end point and there's a journey that takes them there. So talk about the 8 weeks. What does it look like each week for people who are going through your course?
Okay. So people will receive an email from me linking them to the course content, and there'll be 1 hour per week of dance. That will just be audio and my voice. There will be a 5-minute video, which is more like a video transmission. So it's not me teaching.
Yeah.
It's more of an opportunity for people to sit and breathe. It's like a video meditation.
They're like ceremonies, your videos. Seriously. You know?
They're really a transmission, a video transmission of the essence of what that chakra is about.
Yeah.
And the intention of those videos is to kind of evoke inner movement that then inspires people to dance. And there's also journaling questions that people can do after their dance. And what I really also like about the guided dance journeys is that often the questions I ask into the space during the dances are like an opportunity to journal with your body. And that's what these dances are essentially. You know, I ask questions and we can answer with the movement of the body. There's also suggested small rituals that people can do to support their integration. And there's a PDF for downloading for each course.
Yeah.
And then there's also the place where people can communicate on the Mighty Networks with other dancers as well, which is really helpful too.
It's so helpful. I mean, to have people that you can go to that are going through the same journey, that you're just like, hey, like, this is my experience from this dance. Is this normal? Or, wow, here's like, you know, I just bawled my eyes out on this one. It's just, yeah. I
also have an alchemical tools page that people can download, and that's all about supporting them when they do feel perhaps overwhelmed, you know, and those tools include, you know, reaching out to professionals if need be, or reaching out to a friend, or different ways that we can help regulate the nervous system, because this process is so purifying and activating. At times we can feel vulnerable. So the alchemical tools are a really important piece of that.
Yeah.
I really enjoy your website. Are we going to be, I guess, doing Uxie 5000 for this one too?
Yeah. We'll be doing it. We'll work in as many of the colors as we can.
Yeah, I really love how you've gone through in each of the chakras. You know, it's this beautiful just rainbow of color.
Yeah.
Going through, and I was looking at, like, the one that stands out is this picture here. That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So,
Talk about that picture.
Yeah.
Sure. That was a group photo shoot. Well, I did initially a group photo shoot and video shoot specifically for the eCourse. And those are in the videos and in the emails that I'll be sending to people. But this specific shoot was after that. We had so much fun that we just wanted to do it, and more people wanted to do it. So we got together with Devin Gillett, and she... we just had an incredible time together. You can see it. It's just emanating from the photo.
I know,
We're
right?
having so much fun.
So much fun. Oh, it's so good.
And that's what's so beautiful about the dance, you know, all the range of experience that can come between, like, just pure, delightful, ecstatic fun to, you know, perhaps dropping into some grief or frustration or unprocessed feelings. Like, there's just... it's like really a basket that can hold so much.
Yeah. I know Celeste
Pretty
with
cool.
her grief retreats that she's leading for women, they do a movement practice within that where it's just to allow your grief to express through movement or dance. And it's so powerful. So powerful.
Truly.
To just, like, I mean, we're energetic beings, and to, like, the less we move, the more constricted we get. And if we can just allow ourselves to have that free movement, we can allow things to pass through a lot easier.
I was once told that pain is just condensed energy. And so by you know, opening up and moving it and just getting that flow, it's just like a bog, right? Rather than a nice flowing river. It starts to smell and stinky and, like, I just get that water.
We call
flowing.
it stinky. I played hockey last night. I'm sore. I'm not stinky.
Yeah. Awesome.
What also really supports this journey is a lot of the breath work, because we're tuning into the earth energy, breathing that energy up, and then tuning into the sky energy and breathing that down. And just that combination of working with Mother Earth and Father Sky energy, it just turns it into, like, next level transformational process. Truly.
So good. I'm super stoked for this just to start opening up and people going on these journeys. You know, if we could, you know, I can imagine if everyone in this world would just go to a dance temple a few times.
Oh, man.
Totally, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you for the good work you're doing. You know, like the amount of love and intention you put into this, the countless hours, the 22 months of perseverance.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for anyone else that's climbing the mountain at this point? What would you...
Before you give that advice, I want to just say a lot of people want to skip some of the necessary parts of the journey to create something great. They're racing to the finish line to just finish creating it, which is, it's a trap, you know, because if we do that, we're never going to do it. So what would your advice be? Because you've gone through this.
Take breaks, keep dancing, and go into nature. You know, it's the, you know, when we're in that hustle race place, I mean, we're not creating from our best place.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Nice. Good advice.
So, you know, there's that forward momentum that keeps us moving. But, you know, if we're doing this up and forward energy, you know, I tried to make my eCourse from my back and from an embodied place, not just my head dragging my body forward or dragging the project forward. I wanted to really be grounded in a present place with all of myself, moving forward. Like I like to do that in life in general,
Yeah.
but in our culture, there's definitely a pattern of sort of up and out, out of our bodies, and with the head leading the way. And it's nice to have the integration of the body and the mind when in the creation process and in everyday life.
Yeah, very much so.
True story.
Yeah. I'm curious, what was your favorite checkpoint along climbing the mountain?
Well, the end was pretty awesome.
I hope so. It took a long time to make the grand finale.
Yeah.
Like the celebration that was shared, and the way it was created.
Yeah, it took forever. I think we had like 20 or 30 takes trying to get Brad to we kind of had to teach you how to sing and dance, and it was phenomenal.
It took almost a week for us to film that one lesson.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's glad. That makes us happy. Makes it all worthwhile.
I mean, the whole thing was really just so incredible and so engaging that it kept me wanting to come back.
And that's the point.
Yeah, really.
I'm glad to hear that. That's the whole point of keeping it engaging for stuff that is going to be challenging and dry, and that's the real point to the theme. Yeah, we sometimes have clients that come and do coaching with us, and sometimes they don't really need much of a theme. Like we went to town on it because it's you really need that extra motivation to come back and continue the long haul, so we really needed that in our course. But for smaller things you don't really need. Sometimes it's just the language and some colors. And just to keep that. So yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I found as a producer the amount of my best work was at the end. Yeah, getting as we continued, I kept getting better and better. But the end is where most people haven't seen yet. Yeah, as they drop boats. So my best work will never be seen.
It will be seen. It will be. Well, and that's the beautiful thing is there is that cherry on the top that if people just keep taking that next step forward, that it's a really delightful surprise for all of you that get to launch Summit. You launch your course, it's quite delightful.
Yeah.
It is truly delightful. Yeah. And I think there's one thing I mentioned, maybe it was on the last interview we had, but someone told me about this, how every project is a U-shape. You start here and you can see what you want on the other side of the U, but you have to go all the way down and all the way up, to get to that place. Right. You have no idea what's going to happen in all that way.
Well, and that's why we chose the metaphor of the mountain is
totally
to build something that we're truly proud of. It is like climbing a mountain. That feeling that you get when you climb a summit is just I did it.
Yeah, and you take that last few steps and peek over the summit and just get the view. Yeah, it's for us, my favorite here is climbing Mount Erskine, which we actually then look over into the Cowichan Valley. We'll wave next
beautiful.
time. Yeah, see if you see us. Hey, you're on the other mountain looking across.
Dancing.
Who's that dancing over there?
All of your ladies in white. What is that?
Yeah. I'm on over there. Oh, but we have to go all the way back down.
Across the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing how the enthusiasm was maintained through your course, because you guys really held an enthusiasm. And Ranger Boss Lady too, she was holding some enthusiasm too.
Well, it felt like we were doing something special, which motivated us to just keep digging in and try to up level the previous checkpoint. It was how do we make this one better? How do we make it funnier? How do we be more concise in the delivery of the lessons? It was a creative vision quest, just
totally
to keep digging in and doing it. And poor Blair had old technology and he could only edit the videos one frame at a time.
It worked though.
It came together.
Yeah.
It really came together. Nice work.
Thanks.
I mean, how many thousands of hours?
Oh, I know, right? And it all comes. Yeah. It's so good when courses like yours evolve from the courses that we made. It makes it so worth it.
We feel like proud uncles.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
It's like the eCourse babies.
Yeah,
I know, right?
And it's great to see, you know,
When
we've
our
got,
baby starts having babies, we're
Yeah.
like grandfathers. That's,
Well,
yeah.
and in the pipeline coming up on the platform, I think we've got at least half a dozen right now that'll be up in the next couple months. And it's like, oh yeah,
Awesome.
it's like they're starting to pop like popcorn now, which is exciting.
Yeah.
You're like eCourse midwives.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Come on, baby. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Letting them come into the world. You can do
Push.
this.
Push. So good.
Well, thank you so much for taking some time to come share your story. I have no doubt this is going to inspire people. You know, this is,
Aw, right on.
it's so important.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
Always. Totally.
And I feel like the world of eCourse adventures and the world of people that want to dance and transform their lives through dance, they're going to hear a lot more about you.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll have to have you on after your Asian tour. And then let us know how that went.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Congratulations.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah.
And congratulations to you both.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. You're doing good work over there.
Yeah. Likewise. Cool. All right.
Okay, well, have a great day.
You too, Christy.
You too, Christy.
Be well.
Okay, bye for now.
Take care.
Oh, that was nice.
Oh, we didn't say the URL, rewildingfromwithin.com, which was on the screen the whole time. So you
Yeah.
probably caught that. Go check it out and sign up for Christy's course. It's amazing. It's amazing.
So
Seriously.
much fun. So much fun. Or come visit us on Salt Spring and come dance with us.
Yeah, come
Yeah.
to Dance Temple.
Yeah.
That sounds nice.
Yeah. Be good.
You know what we didn't do today because of all the tech stuff and
Figure out how we were gonna do that.
how did we do that?
But we don't know what we're doing yet.
Yeah, there's actually not one of those segments today.
But we just wanted to say it.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
nice to sing.
Well, we kind of told you how we fixed the problem
Did we?
earlier.
Yeah, you switch
I
computers.
switched computers.
That's how we did that.
That's how we did that. Yeah. Well, what do we do now?
I guess an awkward goodbye.
Is this goodbye?
I think the show is about to abruptly end in a moment.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming out.